Hi guys, welcome to Travel with Austin. I'm Austin. Today we are here in Weston, West Virginia at the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, and we are going to be taking a look at the Women's Auxiliary Building. This is one of the back buildings here that you can only see on the photography tours and I believe on the paranormal overnight stays as well. Now, since we are on the photography tour, we don't get a history, but the name suggests that this was an overflow area for women patients when the Kirkbride was full. So, when I came here in 2018, this building was in insanely bad shape. There was debris everywhere, junk everywhere, lights were like falling from the ceiling. It seems like it's been pretty cleaned up, honestly. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look around in it. So, first of all, you're going to notice at the very end here, we have a section that is boarded off. So that leads to the outside. When I was here back in 2018, so there's like a porch out there, like a concrete slab, and the ceiling on that had collapsed in. So this wasn't officially blocked off, but the collapse itself blocked you from going outside. Now they removed the collapse, but it is completely blocked off. Even though we did look at it from the outside and it's just a concrete slab, so it's not worth seeing. Now, one of the things that I really like about this building is it's on the back of the property, right up against the woods. And you'll notice on some of the windows that we've got like vines growing. And of course you get the nice view of the woods itself, which I think is really cool and nice. That would be my preferred view, honestly. And another thing we're going to point out as we go through are the staircases in this building, which are this beautiful metal with really cool designs on them. And you've probably seen them many times in photos because lots of people like to take photos looking up them and looking down them. It is kind of like the iconic photo from here. And it's really weird because it's a photo that, I saw many times before coming here. And I never would have known it's in a building that you can only go into during certain tours. So let's go ahead, and here is one of the old bathroom areas. Again, this building, they told us it was the one in the worst shape. And so far that is true. The only one I haven't been in yet is the medical building. And I assume that's still decent enough shape as it was last time I was in here. But they've definitely cleaned this one up. So I don't know if they were basing that off how it used to look or how it looks now, because it is really cleaned up. So here we are at one of the other staircases, and this one doesn't have all the nice beautiful details on the side of it, sadly. And then here is the old elevator, which of course does not work anymore. I know that may be surprising because it looks like it's in tip-top shape, but it doesn't. You also notice that they have sandbags everywhere. I assume that it's so certain areas don't flood in here. As we get up, you'll actually see that there's definitely water in the building. But again, they've done a lot of cleaning up, so most of these rooms are empty. And we're not going to take a look at every room, but we'll definitely take a look at some of them, of course, and the ones that are kind of cooler. So again, this is just like a standard room, but I'll give you guys a look. One of the fire exits here, and then there's another one here right at the staircase. So, and again, this is one of these beautiful staircases that have the designs in them. You can look straight up, and that shot that pretty much everyone takes here, including myself, I won't lie. Now, as we're walking up these stairs and stuff, well, first, let me show you this. Beautiful, beautiful designs. I want to talk about something that's really interesting with this building. So this building, labeled on the outside, has a fallout shelter. Now, that fallout shelter is, of course, most likely in the basement. Now, in my head, when I hear the word fallout shelter, I do think like a fallout bunker. But the reality is that it is most likely, just a room in the basement where there's like canned water and like saltines and stuff, basically. But here is what is really interesting about that. From the inside area that we're in right now, there is no access to the basement. The only possible thing that there could be was maybe if the elevator went to the basement, but of course, the elevator is no longer in use. And personally, I think it would be kind of weird to have an elevator that goes down to the basement but no stairs. Feels weird from a safety standpoint. So we are not exactly sure, how they got to the basement. It does seem like there was a entrance on the outside at the very far end, but we're not sure if that was the only entrance or not. And even more, the person leading the photography event, I guess I shouldn't call them a tour guide, they're kind of like the leader of the whole event, says that her and the other staff haven't actually been down to the basement, haven't seen this fallout shelter. So it's like a huge just, what does it look like? What's still down there? What's not down there? Which I find super fascinating. And then also fascinating is this room over here, where you go into it, you can see we still have the different labels on it that indicate what things were. So ice caps, hot water bottles, invalid ring, drug basket, bottles, milk of magnesia, so on and so on. So that's really cool since those are still here from when it was in operation. I'll just give you guys more of a look here. That is one of the more interesting things that is still left in this building. So now we're going out into the hallway and continuing our exploration. Again, in case you guys want to see it, here's the staircase area and the elevator. Also, you'll notice that the elevator doesn't have any buttons. You actually would have to use a key to use the elevator. So that is another thing where if the elevator does go down to the basement, not only, is it weird because you have to worry about the electricity to get out, but someone needs to have a key as well to get you in and out. So just all very interesting. Again, another bathroom area. Toilets. This should be the shower area. Yeah, shower area, sink area. It's really just a basic building. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It is cool. I do miss when it looked more messed up, but that's because it looked more like actual urbex. But it is probably for the best that they did clean it up a bit. So I'll show you guys some of these rooms down here before we go to the last floor. You can see we're starting to get signs of the water, but nothing bad yet. And also where we're out here, so that building across from us, that is the old laundry building of the asylum. But you may notice that it's not within the asylum fence, which is kind of interesting. I assume it's owned by the same people. So I would wonder why it's not part of the fence, but maybe I'm wrong and it's owned by someone else. Obviously, it is not a part of our tour that we can go into at all. But it is probably, probably pretty empty. So we're going up now to the top floor, which is the worst of the floors. And then here we are at the top floor. So this is where the water's really coming in. You may have seen that water drip. This room, pretty wet. And then this one is where it pulls up the most. So I accidentally stepped in that earlier. And then go through here, you're going to see, of course, more. And then got a nice room here with some shelves and stuff. And you can see the tree is literally growing right up to the window here, which again, I think is pretty beautiful. Now, something I did forget to show off is back here. So, in this room, we have all the lights that used to be hanging from the ceiling. And when I first came here, these lights were still up, but they were like in the process of falling down. So they were barely hanging on, like hanging off the ceiling. You had to like move out of their way. It was very interesting. So they did take those all out, probably for safety reasons. But it was still really, really cool back in the day to see that. So, again, there's nothing really left in this building. Pretty much seen everything, other than, of course, more water. And here is the pipe access, which also had its own toilet for some reason. And then, sitting on the floor right here. Okay. I just wanted to let you know. And then there is the entrance to the roof, which of course we won't be going up there. And yeah, for the most part, that is everything that is in this building. Like I said, it's pretty bare bones now. It was a lot more messed up a few years ago. But hey, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. I will see you guys next time with a brand new video. And thank you so much for watching.